left wheel off that buggy, which means pretty much it is done for because, boy, you need all that horsepower to push you through. For now, he is going to deploy some smoke while his teammates are going to have that high ground above him. Potato Hill is still in play, but the question is for how much longer, because I feel all the action to come might just be in the streets of Rozhok.
Absolutely, it most certainly could, and Revenant Esports, they're happy with the damage done and are just going to try and move out instead. Unfortunately, the buggy, not a front-wheel drive, so yeah, those back tires do matter a lot. And once again, I mean, this is the grand final, so, you know, it's no big surprise that we aren't seeing teams take a lot of fights. Everyone is sort of on edge, you know, everyone does have the sweaty palms, but I believe as the games go on, as the day progresses, we will start seeing teams just shake off that rust a little bit and get a bit more loose and get a bit more jiggy. The circle is going to shift towards south once again, right over Rozhok.
Well, as the teams get ready to get jiggy with it, all the others are going to be on the move. And like I mentioned, you know, all the teams that went to the north, well, now they are going to have to migrate due south. But Jelly is going to be happy, and he's going to make a lot of other people jelly, as he does have an MG3 in his hands. However, the ghillie suit does seem to be left behind.
Oh, no, he did.
Now,
he got it.
Yeah, he got it. Alrighty, there you go. He does have it. Oh, yeah, you can see that. I mean, all I thought was, where's the guy's head? There it is in the background. But for now, action is going to break out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something we've been waiting for. Godlike going up against Tactical Esports. But for now, Z-God is going to be the first who takes a little brunt of the damage. Of course, he does have that med kit to make sure he is back up to 100, much like the iqoo, which only takes 18 minutes. But oh my goodness, a grenade comes in. There you have it. Godlike's Jonathan is going to be brought down now. Are the boys from Tactical Esports going to move in? Well, they were trying to move in, but Wild is going to be taken down as well because Clutch God retaliated with a grenade of his own. Now, as Clutch is going to lob one, that is not going to hit anything. In fact, it is going to be a bit too far. Hitman coming in from the other side. This could be good. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit too short. Now, Clutch God is going to be caught out with some bullets. He, in fact, has made it to the Wizard Tower. This is when Hitman needs to go in from the left and basically quench them out because, have a look, Clutch God is back up, Jonathan is back up, and now Godlike are going to be still a four-man strong team.
Absolutely. Wild 69 is still on his knees, and only now is the rest going to start to come in while Z-God continues to be a pest against the side of Tactical. Hitman could be in a world of trouble, but Z-God does eat a few bullets and will reconsider his position. Hitman will be knocked down by the nade in the meantime, and only bandages to work with over here. Z-God's going to take some time before he's back into the midst of it, but that is a Clutch God comes and goes on, makes the space. He will get one knock to work with his teammate Theo's here as well. 3 people knocked down from Tactical. Not the start that they were hoping for. Clutch, the only person standing strong. Can he clutch this out? No, he can't. Jonathan and Godlike get the credit for the first 4 finishes of the game.
That is what Tactical should have done. Now, of course, this is Godlike for you, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to make sure if you give them a little bit of chance, they are going to squeeze you out with everything they've got. The moment that knock came on Hitman, Clutch God was like, you know what, I've had enough. He goes on the right flank, opens up, gets another member down, goes down instead, which is fine because Jonathan was standing nearby to make sure he covers his teammate. Again, this is the aggression that we wanted to see. This is the aggression that we get to see. And you know what, I am a happy camper, much like Revenant Esports, who do still have these buildings to their favor. But of course, you know, have a look at that. Oh my goodness, Exo's Punk pretty much in no man's land.
You know, the way Godlike played in the semifinals pretty much makes me think that they were trying to make everyone believe they're sloppy with their aggression, but they're not. They were holding back. You're absolutely right. And well, this is a completely different Godlike we're seeing here as they punish the members of Tactical, and EXO once again in a little bit of trouble because they've lost 3 of their members, and Punku is the only person surviving, keeping the dreams of his teams alive.
Mind you must be wondering what happened to the team of Team EXO. Well, as they were leaving their apartments, looks like they were under fire from 7C, HH, and another team, TSG, I do believe. Now as the circle is going to be shifting just a bit up to the north and to the east, looks like we just might see some action in Rozhok, and the school is still going to be in play for now. But as far as Godlike Esports, they have the first squad wipe, they have all these compounds to themselves, but we know them as a hungry team. We know them as bullies. Chances are they might just get out in their vehicles and, well, that was tricky, Chris. You gotta make sure your back is secure, because if you can't see the enemy, it doesn't necessarily mean the enemy can't see you.
Absolutely. I mean, TPP, well, advantage of it is the thing in this game. You get to ensure that you account for that. In the meantime, Gamla Boy making his presence felt as Punku, the only member surviving once again from the side of EXO, is trying to keep his dreams alive over here, and also his teammates' dreams. In the meantime, TSM coming under heavy fire. On one side there's Enigma, on the other there is OR, and in fact there is also a Canary in the midst of it all, as the Canary from our esports 2 has made his way to this part of the map. Not too sure he's doing all by himself, though, and Canary might not be long for this world, because Jelly is going forward. Just know there is someone over here. No, he has to Just not knowing exactly where he is, but now they will be able to find him. And Canary will be knocked down as he will sing no longer.
Well, the Canary's sweet song is not going to be heard this time around, but he still has a few teammates alive. Question is, where are they? Because although he was in Rozok first, the cavalry comes in just a bit too late. However, they do have that high ground. They do have a little bit of advantage. For now, it is going to be Evo with his M4 with the 3x scope, trying to scope out the enemy in the distance in the form of TSM. Now expect a few firefights to break out elsewhere, because there you have it, Zonraj trying to defend his position, the school, from the lone member of Punk. Oh, that could be devastating. That's a good grenade. Punk might just be in trouble. Fortunately for him, it was on the other side of that little wall, of course, that shot, giving him a little bit of spike. Now the second one, if it goes in, it could be devastating, and there you have it. It did go in, and with that, Team XO are going to be eliminated in the 15th position, and now Skylights Gaming, they're like, wait a second, there was only one man here, which means now they can bully our esports atop the hill. And speaking of our esports, oh boy, Hero already down on his bloody knees.
Absolutely the top contender for the semi-finals, XO, with the highest number of points being taken out early on over here. As they're not going to find a lot of points to work with. I believe just one finish point going their way, and that is all she wrote. In the meantime, our esports, well, they're also on the high ground over here. They did lose Canary to start things off, but with this vantage point, they can certainly create a lot of problems for teams fighting here. I am talking about Skylights Gaming and Reckoning Esports, who are in a bit of a tussle right now. Grills, oh boy, Kamala Boy is going to pay for that nade. I don't think it's even going to connect, but in the meantime, Bukar comes in from the flank, gets a knock, and now going to switch things up instead with the UMP. He's going to run around and try and make sure he gets another flank going for himself, but someone else is joining the party. Remember, he's supposed to hear the commotion, and Gore could be in a world of trouble, but Bukar will just miss by a hair, and that will mean that Gore lives for a little bit longer.
They do indeed, but now the Revenants are going to be coming in. Let's see if they do practice for this week, because for now, Samraj is going to go in for a little bit of pickup, but he's got to be careful, because if they make it to basketball court, on the other hand, well, they could have a little bit of visual. Now let's see if he can bounce. It is going to bounce, unfortunately. It went a bit too soon, and if he had made bounce off that little wall up there, it could have been devastating for SG and the boys. But for now, Destro is going to be low on HP. Maxi, with his drop set, the high rate of fire, trying to punish them. But again, it has given enough time to Destro to recoup himself. I thought he was going in for the finish, but for now, he is going to make sure he passes himself up. Another team is going to come in, and as far as Skylights is concerned, their work is still cut out for them. There you have it. Maxi, still alive, still kicking, and now he's going to do it. Wait a second. Oh my goodness, the last man standing is going to knock out the light for Skylights Gaming, but of course, it was a short-lived victory, because in come the Revenants, and well, they sent him to church.
Absolutely, 6 points on the side of Revenants as they found themselves 6 finishes. Coming in from Bobby.
Speak about here comes the boom. There you.
They're making sure they're
Oh my
goodness! Trouble. What the hell is that? Coming in from Bobby.
Speak about here comes the boom. There you have it. TX Mob. With an amazing grade, but now again, we are going to switch to the other side where Fearless is the last man standing for his team. Is he indeed Fearless, because he is the Robin Sickle. In fact, he jumps out, he does have that AK, switches to the M4, and now he's got to go in for the hunt. He's got to put all the aggression on, because
on the fight of war on multiple fronts. As Blaze will be tasked with watching the house where Godlike are situated. Is just going to make sure that he keeps them at bay by firing those bullets, giving some suppressing fire with his teammates.
The best thing is for Enigma, they still have another member alive, but we kind of missed out on that. He is somewhere lurking down in the depths of the water because, again, he's going to make sure he passes himself up to the all eight. But now Johnson does spot a member from R&D, and of course, Encore is going to be brought down. Question is, are we going to see an Encore from him again? Because if he gets up, boy, is he one heavy hitting lad again.
Oh, yeah.
The demigods themselves are going to be doing good, as now we're going to switch our attention to the Revenants. Now, Austin Bodex, we'd seen him with those snipers, but now he's going to have to get close and push position. But before he had a chance, looks like TSM is going to make sure his cargo boom, and with that, the Revenants, well, they have been sent back to church.
Absolutely. Remnant unfortunately going to be eliminated over here, and well, just to spice things up, we're also going to have an airdrop drop right in the center of it all. As Rex and Sagi from Enigma still standing, I believe Sagi is inside the vehicle, okay for now. Inside the blue, nothing to worry about for him, not too sure how much sense that makes, but yeah, somehow that is the logic of this game. In the meantime, OR going to be situated in the house. TSM Ninja Jod, unfortunately crawling about on all fours, will have Shadow to come and rest back up, and Shadow is the man to clutch things out for the side of TSM on the semifinals day 4.
Have a look at your circle, ladies and gentlemen, because the circle has kind of shifted on the position where that grenade is going to go boom! Luckily for TSM, it isn't going to be shaking them off their feet just yet, but again, expect Godlike to push in full force after a couple of grenades being thrown in their direction, but that is where Rex could come in and pick them off one by one. The Godlike, Neo, he is going to make the first move. They are trying to ascertain the route which they are going to take, because again, when you have 12 finishes, oh boy, you know that these demigods, they mean business. Now, as all teams are going to engage with one another, expect a few smokes to be popped off, and then they might just make the move. But Jonathan in the Eagle's nest, making sure he has the good lay of the land. Of course, all that information is going to relate to his teammates as well. Looks like Z-God isn't going to be wasting any time here, Floki. He's going around that building with a buggy of his.
Absolutely. Now, from the way the zone looks right now, it does seem that TSM and OR have the best of positions, but TSM has the advantage of the zone being on them. So when that blue closes in, it's going to be OR moving about trying to get into a better spot. In the meantime, Rex going to make his presence felt. Tossing a couple of nades, just trying to see what connects inside that smoke. Unfortunately, he's not going to find anything. However, he will still use the M4 spray down. Just for good measure, he's going to find someone. No, he does not.
Well, he is going to find someone right now. In fact, right in front of him, Crazy. Oh my goodness, Crazy, I beg your pardon, does hit the deck the next time, and now he gets up. He is going to be taken down. The other members could be the same fate. Oh my goodness, are you so close to being knocked out? He's going to be careful just a little bit over here. Now, Sultan is going to run in. Sultan is going to be spotted, but that reload by a Rex is going to be problematic. I'm sure he's wishing, I wish I had get one lob grenade, then I'm going to spot something else, but now his teammate finally out of the water is going to make sure that Ayush does hit the deck, and with that, Old Esports, ladies and gentlemen, out in the fifth with 4 finishes. That is what gameplay is all about. Now, Sagi is going to sacrifice his life, but that does mean Rex is still going to carry that one forward. Godlike over here in prime position to wrap up all these kills. Question is, are OR and TSM going to let them do that?
Absolutely. OR are the ones in the back over here with the blue closing in on the back. They need to make sure that TSM are not able to get good angles on them, and that is kind of hard to do from this position over here. Speaking of which, OR, they will lose one of their members, thanks to Ninja Jod, who is all the way around the corner with the AKM in his hands. Aditya on his knees. It's going to force the final surviving member from OR, Vexy, to come out in the open and reveal himself as Godlike, also looking to put Enigma 6 feet under. Enigma, they've outdone themselves, getting that 4th place finish after losing 2 of their members that early on, but this might just be it. The fat lady is singing, although I'm not too sure if it's singing for Godlike. It's Godlike that this correctly could be problematic, but it is Godlike. They have got the finesse, they have refined their play, they will not let anyone clutch it out against them.
Although one could have been enough in that situation, 2 guns are always better than one, as Aditya finally is going to succumb to his injuries. Of course, that grenade going boom right next to him, courtesy of Aquinox, well, that kind of helps as well. Now, Godlike make the move. Z-God does take a few shots from Ninja Jod. However, for now, he does have the cover for all that smoke. TSM Blaze and Aquinox do have a little different advantage, but have a look at Neil's position. He's going to make sure he is behind there. He does want to lob a grenade, or was it a smoke? It was a smoke, trying to obscure their vision. Now, had that landed on top of the building, or in the building itself, it would have been a bit easier. This could be a bit risky, and of course, where there's risk, there is reward. This man Blaze is going to be keeping all that reward over there with Aquinox again, making sure that OR Vexy is brought down, and this could be it for Neo. Looks like the Matrix isn't really helping him as now because OR's Wexy is going to be taken out by the play zone. That means Jelly is the last man standing for OR Esports.
Oh my god, do they even know that Jelly is here? Well, they do have Aquanox trying to make sure that no one can come in from the backstab. As soon as he makes that noise, Aquanox will hear it. He's rolling it out, but he might just get taken out over here. Yes, he will, but Wexy will, or sorry, Jelly will be cleaned up by TSM, and now TSM and Godlike in a 3v3, the best possible situation we could have asked for in the grand finals over here.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we can't script this any better because it is Godlike, it is TSM, and for now, TSM do have that man advantage. Looks like the revive might just come in. Godlike, Z-God, and Jonathan, of course, the two best-known names in this business. Jonathan making sure he has enough energy in him as he does sip his last energy drink, and now it's going to be a waiting game. Ninja is going to give him down. But all Z-God and Jonathan have to do is make sure the enemy comes towards them. They set up a bit of a crossfire, and well, all hell could break loose. But in a few seconds, there you have it. The move comes in. In fact, Blaze is going to make sure he provides some suppressive fire so that Aquanox can get on the other side.
Oh, but that does cost Blaze his life. He gets knocked down. No, but Z-God will also get knocked down, and Jonathan in a situation where he's clutched out. 1v2 has to be careful. Needs to isolate his engagement. He's really ready. No, he's going to move around. So the first stage hit. Does he have time to heal himself back up? No, he does not. Instead, look at him. He's going to hide behind the cast him by surprise, but now DSM are aware, and they will put Godlike 50 up there. At the end of the day, they did have 3 members compared to Godlike 2, and that is all they need to seal the deal and get that chicken dinner.
Well, there you have it. The first chicken dinner is going to go TSM's way, and I love the fact that it was a fight to the death against Godlike Esports. And let me tell you something about Godlike. I think they might just edge past them because they did have a massive 15 finishes to their names, and of course,
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
Reloading! Team match, let's go.
Excellent work.
great. You're about to win.
The blue team is about to win. No mercy! Reloading! Cover me! Enemy down! Reloading! Kill! Cover me!
Blue team victory.
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
Team match. Let's go.
The blue team has scored for the first time!
ஹலோ கேக்குதா? ஹலோ யாரா கேக்குதா கேட்காது ரெண்டு வாட்டி காட்டுது ஒன்று ராக்கெட் ரொம்ப சொல்லி என்ன சாப்பிட்டு
You're losing the game.
The red team is about to win.
காட்டுது ஹெட்ஃபோன்ஸ் வரல என் வாய்ஸ் கிளியரா இருக்கான்னு யாராவது சொன்னீங்க வரல என் வாய்ஸ் கிளியரா இருக்கான்னு யாராவது ஓகே என் வாய்ஸ் நல்லா கிளியரா இருக்கு மேட்ச் போட்டானா நான் வேற பார்க்கல வேற மெயிலில் வந்து செக் பண்ணணும்
Have we done by this day? Absolutely. Now, I do want to go into a tiny little bit of game theory right here, especially on these.
Okay. நாலு பேர் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க ஒருத்தங்க கூட மெசேஜ் பண்ண மாட்டேங்க யாருப்பா நீங்க ஹெட்ஃபோன்ஸே போடலாம் ஐயோ அவரையும் போக சொல்லிட்டே அவரையாச்சும் கூப்பிட்டு வாங்கி விளையாடிடலாம்
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
Team match, let's go.
சென்சிட்டிவிட்டி ரொம்ப அதிகமாக இருக்கணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன் அறிவால் பண்ணுறதுக்கு
First point for the red team. Stand clear.
double D, bro.
Killing spree for the red team.
இது ஆன்லைன்லயே காணுமே. ஹெட்ஃபோன் சார போடல.
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
Team match, let's go.
First point for the red team. Cover me.
எனக்கே வந்து ஹெட்ஃபோன்ஸ் போடல எங்கிருந்து அடிக்கிறாங்கன்னே தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது.
Reloading! Target down! Cover me! Half of the match is over, and the blue team is in the lead. Enemy down! Reloading! Cover me! Reloading! Killing spree for the blue team! Cover me!
எப்படி விளையாடணும்னு நீ
Reloading! Clear! Cover me! Reloading! Blue team
victory.
in the lead.
ஷாவா
This is a simulation game set in a virtual
Oh,
world
okay.
and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
Team match. Let's go.
முதல்ல என்கிட்ட வண்டியை தத்தது கிளவுட் மட்டும் தான் ப்ரோ இந்த ஐபேட்
Reloading! First point for the red team! Cover me!
இந்த மீன் வேற கிராப் பிடிக்குதே ஸோ
Reloading! Cover me!
சொல்லுங்க ப்ரோ ஓகே சாரி ஓகே ஐயோ எல்லாத்தையும் முடிச்சுட்டு
It's like a fairy tale story for them, and the way they are playing, the way they are managing to get those points when they are desperate. I think that's a big factor, and that shows that when you're under pressure, you can still get points.
Absolutely. I mean, even though you might be under a world of pressure, even though the whole world might
Mobile headphones
be bearing its weight on your shoulders, you kind of have to make sure you're hitting that bench press, you're hitting that shoulder press, and your shoulders are strong enough to carry that weight. Because sometimes that is what this lobby will demand of you. That is what the grand finals will demand of you. And well, once again, if you want to make your name internationally, then you have to make sure that you're able to deal with all the teams in your own country first. And that is what a lot of these teams will be looking to do. The esports, well, peeking out of their vehicle right now. Crazy has to be a little bit careful. Could be shot in the head if he isn't a bit too aware. However, they've got all their ties still intact, but Hydras, once again, making sure that both don't feel completely comfortable.
Commentary off பண்ணிட்டுமா sound
They will force them to sort of go to the compound and
ஐயோ
raid them instead.
commentary
Maybe could do a bit of
sound
movement.
low பண்ணி
Well, they just really managed to survive that to get fire coming in from Hyderabad Hydras, and I think they got a decent compound, and I don't think Hyderabad Hydras, they are too interested in attacking that compound. They're looking to find a decent space in the zone, and again, the circle just
நீங்க
got
பேசுற
shrinked,
live ல
and
கேக்குதா
it
வருதா
is
பாருங்க
going to be a sudden shift. Meanwhile, Team OR Esports, you know what, I wonder
மைக் பக்கத்துல தான்
how they're
வச்சிருக்காங்க
going to
போன்
play in this one, because Iranda was great for OR Esports. Talking about the zone, yes, it is going to be a sudden shift, and I can see a lot of great teams in the center. I can barely see anyone on the edges at this point in time, Loki.
Yeah, I mean, I only see like
B right back
teams
போட்டு
from here, and that is UDOG and OR, and they two are soon going to close in. But once again, the fact that we haven't seen any action only means one thing, that when the action breaks out, it is going to cascade into madness. Every single team will want in on
Discord ID
part of the action, and we'll see who comes out on top. But for now, like you said, a lot of teams in the center. San Martin being occupied by at least 3 teams, as I see X-Park, I see Godlike. Well, in the meantime, we're going to turn our attention towards the members of 7C as they have set their eyes on the members of Revenant. They do take a little bit of damage on one of their players, and in the meantime, 7C are trying to find the best angle of attack. And oh boy, he's got the MG3, he's got the level 3 West, level 3 everything to work with. And he's just looking to make it sink, looking to rack up those finishes.
Well, it is going to be 7C versus Revenant. 7C who got eliminated in the first game by Godlike, it seems. So right now it's going to be important to have that position. That position is super important for Loki. I mean, he can deal a lot of damage. 7C Aladdin, he barely managed to survive at that point in time. But at the same time, 7C Prince also got a decent position for himself. He can also be a very crucial element in this fight if they are going to fight eventually. Meanwhile, talking about fights, Enigma and Tactical, I think they are having some altercation on some other part of Miramar.
Absolutely. Well, the Revenant Esports, they're going to throw a couple of spooks around, try and make sure that they've got some cover to work with. And they can do a lot of work, and in fact, he will take out the break goes with it. Can't Dog can work though. He's going to come down the lane in the meantime. He's trying to make sure they're not able to close on that gap. He's still holding on to that nade. Will they find the second dog? Oh, it might, but Sark is going to be able to get one. Come on, but is he ready for the fight? No, he's on the AK. Will find one.
bro, down to the bro.
Another nade being prepped up by Dog. Just how many nades is this man going to fire? Well, that is a smoke coming in from... Oh, wait, that might have been a stun grenade, actually. That could have been the stun grenade. You can't stop off guard over here. But remember, they still have to be careful because there is someone shooting them from the back. And I believe that might be an attack for the esports. No, it is Prince who's on set. He's going to make sure that Revenant do not get away with a bit too much.
Move like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Top Dog was dancing around those all the teams. Meanwhile, Aladdin also got better of him by Team Revenant, and they are looking incredibly strong today. 7C Prince, the last one, standing the flanker, the ideal of 7C. Now, he has responsibility on his shoulders to make sure that they get enough points out of Miramar.
Absolutely, and well, he also has responsibility of his team, dedicated TMR/sniper player.
B right back.
Spot out a couple of members of Tactical Esports, but Tactical, they're just going to make sure that they do not give away too much, because once again they've lost Hitman. You know, it is only 16, or rather it is only 12 minutes into the game, and at the same time they kind of want to make sure that they stick to their playstyle of playing the zone instead. Clutch spots out a couple of players from Revenant, but he's just trying to make sure that they've got some time to rotate out, and once he knows that his teammates are in a decent position, he too will join them and try and make their way around instead. Now, once again, the zone has shifted, so if you could have the map up on the screens, that would be great, because well, that will tell us exactly where Tactical Esports are coming from and what else they're going to have to look out for, as I do believe there are a couple of teams in the vicinity closing in. From behind, they have TSM and X-Park joining the mix, although 7C, they're going to make sure that they keep their eye on Revenant, or well, should I just say Prince is going to keep their eye on Revenant, because the rest of 7Cs, they have bit the dust a long time ago.
Well, you were talking about Tactical, and the moment I heard Tactical, that reminded me of Top Dog, the way he took out 60 players one by one. He used the TPP advantage to his favor, he used the grenades really well, and the way he was dancing around those walls was just immaculate. Now, talking about 7C Prince, even though he's the last man standing, he's still putting up a fight there. I mean, he's still not shying away from taking that shot, even though he knew that a couple of teams are near him.
Absolutely. I mean, even though he knew that a couple of teams are near him, he kept his composure, he kept his calm, and he still took the fight like a champ. Although Prince, well, trying to show us what exactly he was. Prince of his spots out Clutch, and it looks like this might just be what he is, the Prince of long-range finishes. The Clutch will be cleaned up, taken out, will bite the dust, and well, he's got very little HP to work with. It will eventually bleed out, and Prince will get the credit for that finish. In the meantime, it looks like Skylights Gaming will finally take the fight over against the members of TSG. Daddy and Krish both knocked down on their feet on all fours, crawling about, and the rest of TSG are gonna leave them for dead. And well, there's a 2 finish points going the way of Skylights Gaming.
I have to say it is a great start coming in from Scarlet Gaming. I mean TSG, now they're on the back foot, and yes, they are running away. There's no point in taking this fight. They don't have the advantage. It is going to be a 4v2. Meanwhile, talking about unadvantaged situation, it is going to be for Godlike. Meanwhile, Jonathan, who got knocked there by Murphy, now getting revival from his friend, his teammate Z-God. It is going to be incredible, but at this point of time, look at the flank coming in from Gil. That's a very important flank for Floki.
Oh yeah, most certainly. Gil has not been spotted just yet. Ultron is taking on. Are listening to all this commotion, who are waiting for a squad to be one. Looks like they will be joining the mix over here. Okay, Klaus finds one. He takes out Paradox. Top dog also going to be cleaned up. Revenant will be taken out, and in the meantime, Team Xbuck. What? It does look like the clutch came through. Neo came in clutch for his team, as Godlike will still have a pony in this race. Altered Esports, they also eliminate the side of Revenant. 2 teams being knocked out 17 minutes in.
Well, we were talking about clutches and Godlike Neo. I think he know how to clutch a couple of opponents, but the way he took out X-Pac, he was just waiting for it. Let's relive the memories again, Floki. Let's have a look at the instant replay. Oh, Godlike. Oh, Neo, you sneaky player. He was waiting for Team X-Pac to make a move, and that was the wrong move coming in from Team X-Pac.
Wow, the amount of patience it took from that man to just stay in that spot, but I have to hold on to that thought because TSM are going to take a fight against U-Dog. All 3 of their members going to be knocked down. What are U-Dog up to? It seems like TSM have just got them by the hip and they're not letting it go. Shadow is going to be responsible for getting his teammates back up on their feet, but he has to be a little bit careful because on the high ground I do see one member from 7C and also members from the side of Reckoning Esports who are just waiting to sense weakness, and then they're going to strike Ninja Jord, realizing that he needs to save his own life at this point. Will drop a couple of smokes, allow for Shadow to rotate out as well, who will scurry away, while U-Dog, well, they've got one member still alive over here. It's going to be Dave trying to carry their hopes and dreams forward, but given that this is the map of Miramar and he is on the low ground, that is looking very, very unlikely. In the meantime, OR might be facing off against our esports.
Well, I have to say it was a great comeback coming in from TSM, but 7C Prince with that high ground advantage, he managed to steal a lot of position there. Meanwhile, talking about OR esports, they are going up against our esports. Both these teams, they played really well in semi-finals, but at this point of time, the zone is in their favor. They are in the zone, but right now the numbers game advantage is not in the favor of OR. Evo being the last man standing. Now again, we have witnessed Evo do some great stuff in the past, but right now our esports, they're coming in and they won't finish OR esports.
Absolutely, our esports able to find themselves 2 finishers to work with over here, while EXO once again on top of that hill. They've got 3 members standing here. Well, in fact, they've got all 4 because it seems that the 4th member is on a bit of a flank. That is the job of Punkyu. And it seems that right now he's just focused on gatekeeping them with the TMR in his hands. The Mini 14 could do a lot of work. He also sees an airdrop in the distance, so that information will also be relayed over. As EXO have got a lot of options right now, but for the moment, the best choice is to hold that hill and prevent others from coming in. Reckoning Esports do the same over here. Wild 69 has actually given away his position by firing off the 2 shots. He's got the AKM as well. He's not too sure who's going to be on the other side, so he is pre-firing around there. And Reckoning Esports are continuing to hold on to this little area, while Tactical are trying to skirt their way around it. But Wild 69 might be caught out in the open. The bullets fly, and Maxi will be able to take on Wild 69, but he's still standing strong, and he's still fighting back, and Nate comes in on the side. Can he stand strong for much longer? No, he cannot. He will be cleaned up, and so will the final member from the side of Tactical Esports. They will be taken out, and it seems that... wait, never mind, it was actually the Spotty gang who got cleaned up, not the side of Tactical... Oh no, it was Tactical Esports. TSG also got cleaned up on the other side.
It was just beautiful, right? I mean, the TPP advantage that Reckoning just took there, it was amazing, but meanwhile, Neo still surviving, still managing to break some havoc there. I would love to see if Neo can do the clutch again, but this time against the sides of Enigma. Now he can't be sneaky, he has to rotate his position, but meanwhile, Team Enigma with the numbers game advantage in their favor, they managed to take out Neo alongside Team Godlike. Right now, let's talk about top 9 teams. 26 players still surviving Floki.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
It most certainly is. I mean, 26 players with 9 teams in the mix. Do a little bit of math, and that should tell you that not everyone has got a 4-man roster to work with over here. Maybe just a couple of few teams who still got 4 members, and well, One of them is EXO, who spread them out very, very beautifully, making sure they cover every angle there is on beat 'em out, and it seems that
Finals, right? I mean, those teams who played well at the and I would love to see. I mean, this is grand finals, right? 4 days of action, 24 matches to come, and I think we are for some really good surprises as we go further in these games. Meanwhile, talking about Team Reckoning. Now, again, the semi-final performance of Team Reckoning, they were out in the bottom page after day number 3, but boy oh boy, they managed to make a comeback in the last day.
absolutely, and now it seems that EXO are just going to be lying around in the bushes, waiting for some sort of push to come. Sensei tasked with making sure that his front is covered. Just going to make sure that he doesn't get stolen either. In the meantime, Fierce will sense an opportunity, will rattle off a few shots. Mr. Spray gets taken down to about 40-ish points of life, while Fierce realizes that he has abandoned the other side. And welcome, the boy might not be long for this world, but he will get back to cover in the nick of time. As Fierce, fighting a war on multiple fronts, has to be a little bit careful about his positioning, because if he gets too complacent on one, the other might backstab him. In the meantime, Old Hood Esports, we have seen these guys before, we have seen them clutch it out, but can they actually win this one? They did have an early exit last time around, maybe this time around they can survive a little bit longer. Oh my god, that nade from PUBG completely obliterates Mr. Spray. Also does a lot of damage over to the other member in the buggy, and well, PUBG is going to take it a bit forward and find himself another knock to work with. Now looking to move forward and maybe capitalize on that situation, as the circle is once again going to shift a little bit further towards north. It does favor Hyderabad Hydras and Enigma, but once again, a lot of teams with 4-man squad, but not everyone in the best position to work with.
Absolutely. I mean, now Team Reckoning, they have no other option. They have to leave Mr. Spray behind because the zone is coming in. There's no time for the revival. Meanwhile, Old Hood Esports, they are rushing in, and put your eyes on Sultan right now, because that guy was wrecking havoc in the semi-final. Meanwhile, Team Enigma, Eggy, he's just using the advantage beautifully. I mean, he was in a different position from the rest of his team, and the way he used that position was incredible. Managed to get a single finish there. Meanwhile, Team Reckoning still trying to fight it out to enter the zone against Team EXO.
Absolutely, and EXO, well, they've got the advantage of being on the flank, of being on the backstab, of being outside the zone, so they can maybe distract the team, so that they can maybe capitalize on the teams that are inside the current circle when they do take a fight. And in the meantime, it seems that Reckoning Esports are also going to make sure all their fronts are covered while we switch back over to Enigma and Old Hood. It does seem that Ravi has been knocked down. Eggy and Saggy still surviving though. So maybe there's a walk for them after all, but no, and Nate comes in, knocks Saggy on his feet, and now with only one Enigma member standing, they might not be long for this game. As well, they are still in 6th place. They will get 4th place with points. Another nade comes through, but it does not connect. Enigma still have one member in the race over here. Crazy will finish off one. Another nade coming in from Sultan, but no! He actually knocks himself. What a miscalculation coming in from that man. That could be very, very costly, as Old Hood need to get him back up on his feet. Crazy getting back up, and now that Eggy and Rex are up, they sense weakness. They get a bounce. Saggy is also healed back up. Old Hood, what have they done?
That's a big blunder coming in from Old Hood Esports, but they're still fighting. Close managed to get to Rex, and he would not only knock him, he would finish him as well, but the blunder was in the favor of Team Enigma. They managed to creep in, they managed to get a couple of frags there, but now it's a 1v2 situation with a drop shot coming in. He managed to get another one. Now it could be a 1v3 situation. Let's see if Glows can finish it off with a beautiful spray of his. Would he be able to get the job done? Eggy versus Glows, 1 versus 1. It's a fight for the fittest, it's a fight for the survival, and Eggy is looking to heal himself.
Absolutely, and so is, well, Claus, as he's got himself that first aid kit to work with. Will go around the M4 fully loaded, waiting for Eggy to make a misstep. Any sound right now will be detrimental to both of these players, which is why they're all holding. Nate is being prepped up, and Nate will be forced out over here, but who's going to win the fight? It is going to be the drop shot coming in from Eggy, as he keeps Enigma in the race at 4th place. And it seems that while we're busy cashing all these action, 2 other teams have also been eliminated in the meantime. Old Hood down in 4th place, as we are left with Reckoning, Hyderabad Hydras, and Enigma in the mix.
What a beautiful drop shot that was coming in from Enigma Eggy. I have to say, that was just legendary. But meanwhile, it's Reckoning versus Hyderabad Hydras going toe-to-toe against each other. Now, again, Gary is knocked down there. He's getting the revival coming in from Manti OP. Abrar, we can see him. He's a clutch master. We know all about Abrar. He's a great player. But right now, it's the biggest stage of them all, and Reckoning, they are reckoning havoc with 10 finishes to their name. But the question is, are they going to get the chicken dinner?
Absolutely. Well, Reckoning Esports, they certainly want the chicken dinner. Everybody wants the chicken dinner, but getting it is a whole other feat. got two players in the mix over here. Brought in the bug. That is super risky fight. They cleaned up over here. Well, it does look like Reckoning Esports are out. Hyderabad Hydras have 3 men alive. There's only 1 member standing from the side of Enigma. They know for sure what they need to do. Ace Black gonna be the eyes, while Mantop and Carry gonna be the right hand as they try and move in from the right flank. No coincidence there. Eggy on the high ground, trying to spot them out and maybe isolate those fights and clean him up. If he gets 1 knock, he has the potential to isolate another, and before we know it, he could clutch it out, but it does start with that first pick.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the problem is outside the zone, but you know what, Floki? I'm a believer. I believe in Enigma Eggy. I'm a believer in clutches, and I want to see some clutches because this is iqoo BGIS, and if you can clutch it out here, you are going to be a superstar, my friend. Enigma Eggy, with a lot of responsibility on his shoulder, but the position, I think the position is not revealed entirely. They don't know that he's on the first floor, but now he would jump in. The nades are going to come in, the bullets are going to come in. He is on fire eventually. Quite literally, he was on fire, but still, what a brilliant game coming in from Hyderabad Hydras. A winner, chicken dinner to their name.
I mean, that is just pure evil if I've ever seen it. A molly being dropped, the blue zone closing in. That just pulled at my heartstrings. I feel so bad for that final member of Enigma. But once again, Hyderabad Hydras getting themselves that chicken dinner. Like we talked about, if you're a team that starts off on a strong foot in the grand finals, those teams are going to be going a long way. Enigma, you really wanted to see them clutch things out. Unfortunately, the zone wasn't exactly in their favor. And well, that molly, it just sealed the deal.
Well, you know, I always love watching these clutches, but at this point of time, Team Hyderabad Hydras, what a brilliant gameplay coming in from their side. I still remember semi-finals. I mean, Team Hyderabad Hydras, they managed to finish in top 5, if I'm not wrong, in the semi-finals. And, well, if you're in top 5 in semi-finals, of course, you're the hot favorites to win this tournament. I mean, you can do that. And let's see, Hyderabad Hydras, I have to say, off to a wonderful start.
Absolutely. They are going to be joining the ranks of godlike near that top spot, and we'll see exactly how many points they've gotten when we have the point standings ready. But for the time being, I do want to talk about what happened in that previous match. Now, we did see Skylines Gaming take out the members of TSG. Was a little bit expensive for them, but did they find a podium finish? I actually don't think so. They didn't really make their way towards the top 8. In fact, we can stop speculating because we've got the highlights coming up on our screens right now. So in case you missed out on any of the action, number 1, Beyond Time. Number 2, here are the highlights.
Well, we started off with the Team Revenant took out 7C Esports, and I have to say, the way Top Dog, he danced around those walls, he made sure that he wreaked havoc on Team 7C. I mean, you don't always need to just attack people. You need some brain, right? You need some IQ gameplay, and the way Team Revenant played that fight out, it was just beautiful. It was strategical, it was tactical, and I mean, I'm impressed.
Oh yeah, even I'm impressed. I mean, the way they played it out was absolutely genius. Even, credit where credit is due, Prince always finds himself in the spot where he either gets taken out first or he's the final man standing for his team. This time around it was the opposite. He got his team one finish point, but that is all he really got there. And well, Skylines Gaming, Gamla Boy, he also clutched.
What be your worry, bro? Door what? Said no discard to leave. I can. கேக்குதா bro?
Responsibly.
The blue team has scored for the first time! Enemy down! Cover me! Reloading! Cover me!
ப்ரோ ஒரு மாதிரி கேவலமா இருக்கு ப்ரோ கேம். புல்லட்டே கனெக்ட் ஆக மாட்டேங்குது.
Reloading! Expired! Cover me! Dead! Reloading! Cover me! Enemy down! Expired! Reloading! Cover me! Reloading! Killing spree for the blue team! Expired! Cover me! Reloading! Half of the match is over, and the blue team is in the lead. Killed! Nice shot! Reloading!
பாம்பு ஸ்லைடு போடுது மாதிரி ஸ்லைடு போடுறாங்க நீங்க வேற ப்ரோ எனக்கு ஏதோ ஒரு இது விளையாடவே முடியல நீங்களே கொடுக்க முடியல
The blue team leads with 30 seconds left.
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
Team match, let's go.
Wait, bro. வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க இன்னும் இப்போ இன்னும் இது பாதியிலே போயிடுவோம் மேட்ச் விட்டு வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க நான் ராக்கி ப்ரோட்ட செம்ம அடி வாங்கிட்டேன் மேடம் பார்த்தீங்களா நீங்கள் சொன்னதால வெளில விட்டேன் மேட்சே இன்னும் ஆரம்பிக்கல ராக்கி ப்ரோ வச்சுட்டாரு பாட்ட மாதிரி போட்டு 1v2 அடிக்கிட்டு போ
This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly.
Team match, let's go.
Reloading!
Team match, let's go.
Target down! Reloading! Cover me! Reloading! Kill! Enemy down! Cover me! Reloading! Expired! Cover me!
ஏய் ப்ரோன் சூட்டியா ஷோ ப்ரோனே ஆக மாட்டேங்குது ப்ரோ ஷோ ஏய்
Target down! Enemy down! Reloading! Expired!
உள்ள படுத்துருக்கேன் பாரு ஐயோ வந்தது
Half of the match is over, and the blue team is in the lead.
ஏய் ப்ரோன் ஆக மாட்டேங்குது பாருங்களேன்
Kill! Dead! Cover me! Reloading! Nice shot!
இவருக்கு ஸ்லைடு
Clear!
ப்ரோன் ஆகவே மாட்டேங்குது
Cover me!
இல்லவே இல்லை ஏய் தாப்பு எக்ஸ்போர்ட் போக இல்லையா
Reloading!
விட்டு
Cover me!
மாட்டிட்டேன்
Enemy down! Reloading! Cover me! Reloading! Clear! Cover me! The red team doesn't have a lot of time left.
Oh, fuck. Bro, நான் SK இல்ல. நான் YouTube mic box.
Blue team victory.
ஹலோ 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 வெயிட் பண்ண சார்ஜ் இல்லை ப்ரோ சொரமோ அப்புறமா சென்ஸ்டேட் வச்சுக்கணும்
is deadly for his opponent.
Yeah, that's too.
Is deadly for his opponents. Meanwhile, Aldo Sultan coming in, getting the better of his opponent, and that is taken down. It is also
and again, the man from UDOG, Phil, is still up on his feet elsewhere. Mystic is down. Dave is down. He is the lost hope for his team. He's got a couple of people to go with now. It's going to be a one-on-one situation. It is going to be Fearless against one man from the opposition. Question is, are they going to go and fight it out, or are they going to go in for the revive? Because you got to be careful. The enemies are nearby, and there you have it. OH Sultan and the boys from Old Hood are coming in, and now that could be a massive grenade. Lucky for them, it's just outside the house.
This was a prime example, XP, how a smoke can change the game entirely. I mean, Enigma players, they were not able to spot Fearless there, and Fearless managed to get the best of them. But meanwhile, Team Old Hood, they are rushing in, they are gushing in again. They are not able to spot him. It's all about the smoke. It's all about the smoke, but not this time. Meanwhile, OH Sultan, again, the king of the swing, getting 4 finishes to his name.
Beautiful work over there by Sultan himself, as UDOG India are going to be eliminated in the 15th position with 4 finishes to their name. Now, of course, speaking of Godlike, Neo and Clutch God are in a little bit of trouble, but looks like revives are going to come in now. Of course, Clutch God goes first. Z-God is going to be shot. Is Z-God going to be taken down as well? We're going to have to wait and find out, because OR Esports are joining the fray as well, as Ultron from TX is going to be taken out now. Mavi is going to come into fire, but no! It's going to be Mavi with precision shots with that M4, who makes sure that OR Evos hit the deck and elsewhere. Well, we did see Claws go out. It's going to be problematic. Girl on the move. He knows the enemy is behind the tree. He knows he can see all those grenades coming out, but no, it's going to be Exo's Fierce who is going to fiercely put him down as well. Of course, this is now pretty much a free-for-all, ladies and gentlemen, as 3 teams, make it 4, all competing at the same position, but looks like only one will walk out alive.
Now Team EXO, they got a beautiful position, right, XP? They can gatekeep both these teams, and they're looking to do just that. Fierce just pushing in with a beautiful nade there. Would he be able to connect something? That is the question. But the second nade, I think he just missed through it.
I think he did kind of miss through it over there, but looks like Top Dog is going to be precise with his grenades. The Sultan of Swing is going to be brought down to his bloody knees, and looks like Tactical Clutch. Well, that is all she wrote for him, because he has been brought down elsewhere. Let's have a quick look. It looks like the Revenants are now pushing up on OH's position. Crazy's the last man standing. Crazy takes down one. Unfortunately, he was overwhelmed, and well, Top Dog is still going to be brought back on his feet. Now, have a look at the house. I'm pretty sure even the Revenants are like, hey, wait a second. There are way too many bodies over here, and looks like that body count might just add on, because another team wants to get that kitty. But the thing is, the circle has shifted away, which means the Revenants, well, they're going to have to move as well.
Meanwhile, if you have a look at this fight, I mean, it's still going on, right? Team Xbox, they're trying to revive their players, they're trying to heal themselves up once again, but Fierce, he is relentless. He is throwing those nades, and he's throwing those smokes as well, XP. It's not going to be easy for them to enter the zone. All these 3 teams, they have to find a way to enter the zone.
Oh, they have to indeed, and Tactical Hitman, boy oh boy, he is not in a tactical position, because 7C Esports are going to be out in the 12th, and Fierce, he is going to throw that grenade. Gil could be the intended target. In fact, Gil might just get caught by the blast radius just a little bit. Fortunately for him, he moved out in the nick of time. Now, Fierce again, he does have a lot of grenades in his backpack. I think he's got more than 100 over here, the way he is flinging everything at the enemies. And Mavi and Gil, now the last 2 members remaining for their teams again, they have been wiped out to half. Mavi again with a good 3 finishes to his name. The aggression on display by the IGL is just phenomenal. Now keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the circle has kind of shifted a bit to the north and a bit to the east, and this is just perfect timing by production over here. TSM still looking good, and looks like the BGMI gods are going to gift them with a drop of their own.
I love the fact that, EXO, they left 2 players to do the gatekeeping, and one of their IGLs, I mean, their IGL, Team EXO Sensei, they managed to enter the zone. Meanwhile, Team Xbox, they're trying to enter the zone from a different angle. They're trying to rotate from the eastern edge, which is not going to be easy. Meanwhile, talking about Team Reckoning, they lost a player early on in the game, but right now they are struggling, and the cars are flying, the nades are flying. Nade parade is happening, and our esports, they are looking to get the better of Team Reckoning.
Well, you call it a nade parade, I call it an artillery strike, by the way so many grenades were coming in, but looks like Maxi is finally going to be shaken off his feet, and in fact, a secondary grenade, a follow-up grenade coming in by Rockstar is going to be putting him in the ground. There you have it. R&T are going to join the fray as well, as Jonathan is going to make sure that, well, with the help of another team, Reckoning Esports are now out of this game. Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to the final 7 teams, 20 players still alive, vying for all that delicious chicken, and looks like Jonathan is going to get another finish for himself.
Meanwhile, Team Godlike, I mean, I still remember they're yet to get a chicken in semifinals. They are in the grand finals now, and they are very close to get a chicken now. All 4 of their players still surviving. They have the center in the zone. They have the best compound in the zone as well. Meanwhile, Team Revenant with 3 players, 7 finishes to their name, trying to get their first winner chicken dinner.
Well, let's see if that is going to be the case right now, because, you know, Godlike, although they do have 2 teams near each other, the other 2 teams are going to fight and lock horns amongst themselves. As Revenant Esports, they have a choice to make. Do they go for Team XO or do they rush in on Godlike's position? Looks like XO is going to be the choice of right now, because the Sensei, the IGL himself, is going to be lobbing those grenades in their direction. It looks like Godlike want to join the party as well. Have a look at where that Molotov was flung from. Now, TSM Shadow is going to be going a little berserk as he does get the better of Striker from HH, but it's going to be another team that bites the dust, as our esports are going to bid us adieu in the 7th position with just that 1 finish to their names. For now, Immortal still looking good. However, every single one of them have to move to the circle, and look who is at the tippity top. TSM, if only they can make better work of Manti, well, they are going to be the only contenders over here.
This is so rare, right? I mean, from...
I know
don't
you
remember
are
the last time.
You are spellbound right now.
I don't even remember the last time I saw this kind of a circle. I mean, circles don't go over the mountains.
We've never seen something like that, but looks like TSM, my dear friend, are definitely going to be happy. A Shadow over there, well, he doesn't need to lurk in the shadows, because looks like a bush is going to be enough, as another one is going to bite the dust. For now, he knows where the enemy is, but more important than that, he wants to go and replenish all that delicious loot. Elsewhere, up top with a bird's eye view, Aquanox going to not only lay down lead and destruction, but much needed information, and looks like ClutchGuard might just be spotted out.
Now, are you telling me we are going to witness Godlike versus TSM once again in a 4v4
baby.
battle? If you're saying yes, it is going to be indeed awesome. But meanwhile, we still have 2 more teams. We have Team Revenant, and I think they have 3 of their players still surviving, so it's a good opportunity for Revenant, and they are rotating right now, and TSM, Aquanox is not in a position to take them out.
You said 2 more teams. We also have XO, and speaking of XO, looks like Fierce is going to be brought down by Shadow at there. He did not see someone lurking around in that bush over there, but now Revenants can be shot at, not only from atop the mountain, but from behind, because Neo sees them. Neo shoots, Neo connects, and Neo definitely gets a knock on Paradox, and now he's going to spot the enemy as well. The thing for R&D is, wait a second, they are in trouble, because Top Dog is going to be taken down from above. That grenade could be devastating. Unfortunately, it bounces just a little bit too much for the members of TSM. However, follow-up grenades could be coming in. That does look like a good bounce. And you know what? Aquanox had enough. He's like, wait a second, I'm going to take the fight to the opposition. Of course, now, if they keep the control of this little flat ground that they have, oh boy, TSM could be looking good, because for now, Revenants, they have some respite in the smoke, in the form of smoke, but elsewhere, I do believe Godlike could be in trouble. 2 of the members down. That vehicle going off could spell trouble.
Absolutely. I mean, they have to be a little careful, but meanwhile, they are going to revive their players, and they are going to be successful in the rescue mission as well. Team EXO down to with the last man standing, and that last man is going to be their leader, the enigmatic IGL of Team EXO, Sensei. Would he be able to get a chicken for his team? That is the question now.
Now, I wonder if Sensei practices what he preaches. Like, he's got to be in Zen mode right now. He's got to be calm. He's got to be composed. And, you know, speaking of Team EXO, they want to make sure they get as many placement points as they can, because when you have a 4-man roster from TSM still alive, when you have a 4-man roster from Godlike still alive,
what?
Oh boy, things can get a bit tricky. I know what you want. You want to see Godlike up against TSM at the end. Let's see if Sensei can be a thorn in the side, because now ClutchGuard and Neo, they have an idea that someone could be nearby. Well, Jonathan's got to make sure that the Revenants are kept at bay.
I'm just surprised, XP. I mean, I've never seen a zone like this on the mountaintop. This never happens, literally, but, you know, this is what it is. This is iqoo BGIS, and you have to expect the unexpected. Meanwhile, Team Godlike with 4 of their players still surviving. TSM with all 4 of their players still surviving against...
Seen something good? They know exactly where the opposition is. I wonder if the Revenants are going to be a thorn in their side sooner or later, because they have the smokes are going to be popped, and it is the Revenants who are doing all the smoke over here, but now the position is going to be given away as Shadow has yet another angle on Godlike. And speaking of Shadow, he does take down Seagull. Jonathan on the move. He could be in trouble over here. Covers is not going to be enough, as Jonathan is going to be brought down as well, and that is all she wrote for him. He is going to be taken down, ladies and gentlemen. That means Godlike now reduced to 2.
Don't play so far, but meanwhile, Team EXO, they just got taken out. That means Team Godlike, Team Revenant, Team TSM, they're ClutchGuard again getting knocked there. Neo still trying to survive, but he's not in the zone, and TSM now they're going to go crazy. They're going ham and they are looking for some action. Neo taken out by the zone. It is down to 2 teams, 2 versus 4. TSM pushing in. Shadow with 5 minutes for his name. Getting another one. 6-1. Getting 2. I mean, he's looking to get the 7th one. And yes, he's doing just that.
He is doing that. There you have it with the final squeeze.
Oh, look at the reaction.
Trigger. It does look like TSM once again are going to get another chicken dinner, and this time it is on Erangel once more. And let me tell you one thing, they did finish this game with 14 finishes, outdoing the last performance. And well, we did want to see that Godlike and TSM skirmish at the end. We almost saw that, but I'm not complaining. Again, Godlike, they really didn't have any space to move, and TSM, like you said, unexpected circles, expect the unexpected.
TSM, I have to say, we have witnessed 2 Erangels now, and TSM, they managed to get 2 chicken dinners in those 2 Erangels. I mean, talk about dominance, talk about action, talk about ruthless aggression, and talk about positioning.
Ruthless aggression indeed, and in fact, correct me if I'm wrong, we saw something similar in the semi-finals when they started, because Tactical Esports, they got the first couple of chicken dinners in Erangel. Looks like this time around, it is going to go TSM's way. But boy, what a fight. I mean, again, the way they were split up on top of Everest over there, I love calling it that, or Olympus, depends on my mood. If I see some gods, it's Olympus, otherwise it's Everest for me. But you know, before that, again, all these teams are entertaining us. Let's do one thing. Let's actually give something back, because if you do remember, we do have all these giveaways, and well, congratulations and all that merch. Hey, I want that t-shirt too.
I want that as well, but we will
Killing spree for the blue team!
Great! You're about to win!
The blue team is about to win!